Grand afternoon, grand afternoon, grand afternoon. My name is Mystic Powers, and I am here to bring you another one. So let's get right on into it. We have Goddess Kahadga. This is a manifestation of Goddess Kalima. She symbolizes spiritual severance for liberation, the power to destroy illusions and attachments, and the courage to let go and allow the necessary transformation. It signifies the Divine Mother's power to cut through fear, ego, and negativity, guiding you to embrace authenticity and step into your true potential with inner strength and courage. She represents the need to acknowledge and sever things that no longer serves you, leading to spiritual truth and clarity. So right now you are in the energy of severing things that's leading to your spiritual truth and clarity. You could be working on your heart chakra because this is representing the heart chakra. Coming up next, we have alchemist. So you are a master alchemist. You are constantly transmuting negative into positive. Okay, if you're not doing that, you are being guided to move in this direction. Okay, you are very well connected with your ancestors. You work side by side with your ancestors to move through life's lessons as you're transmuting negative energy into positive energy. You are someone who is really dedicated to their practices, okay? You don't let nobody take you off of your practices, okay? You like, no. Let me go check with my ancestors for a second. Because you know dang well, if you do something your ancestors say no to, you gonna get that backlash quicker than anybody else. Okay, we have discernment here. You are someone who has a clear understanding of what discernment is. And as I looked at these cards, because we have transmutation and wisdom, a little skit popped up into my head. It was by Spirit Science, right? And it was about Thoth and Pals. And one of Thoth's pals came in the room and Thoth was meditating. And he was like, Thoth, the poles are shifting. And Thoth opened up his eyes and his eyes was glowing. He was like, oh, the poles are shifting? And then the guy was like, what's wrong with your eyes? And Thoth was like, I don't know. And then it cut off and they was like, next on Thoth and Pals. Yeah, this is like giving me that energy of you being like Thoth, and you open up your eyes after meditating for a while, and then you just have this immense energy about you. But you have a clear understanding of discernment. You are a master transmutator, so you transmute the heck out of all that energy. You activated your Merkaba, and that was what that episode was about. This star that's around her head, that's called a Merkaba, okay? So each and every human has their own Merkaba. The earth has its own Merkaba, right? This is our our defense, our soul's defense when it is underneath attack, right? Say like in that episode when the poles shift, when we come to the precession of the equinox, humans will go into a 3-day period of darkness, right? Either you would have already activated your Merkaba and ascended your soul, or you got to start from the bottom on up. You got to relearn everything as a human. You know, how to create fire, how to read, write, and speak, and harvest, and all of that. So most of you guys have already activated your Merkaba, so you won't forget nothing when the poles shift. And you have the wisdom and knowledge. Because you sit in silence and you listen. You don't allow anybody to come in and tell you something. You go to the Most High and you ask the Most High, is this true? And the Most High will be like, let's see. No, I don't believe that's true. And that's who you believe. So we have bad health here. There's someone in a family dynamic, that could very well be in bad health. Okay. This person in this family dynamic with bad health is obsessed with creating some type of imprisonment here. They just don't know they have manifested this energy on themselves. We have a lunar eclipse. In about 3 months, everything will be revealed. You will be seeing things clearly. You will have divine aid about this situation, and you will be able to put this situation to an end. We have 9 of Wands. Someone's out of control, being defensive. If you go to ask somebody a question and they're defensive about it, you know that they're in this energy here. The 6 of Pentacles here. Things are one-sided with this person. All right, all this person wants you to do is give to them, be dependent on them so they could, put you in this here bondage. But it's not going to happen. We have message here. You could be receiving a message from somebody that's in the court system, having to do with something legal here. All right, somebody could be a lawyer. They could be a lawyer as their occupation. But what I'm hearing is somebody is receiving a message from a lawyer that has them concerned about being in poverty. We have the Strength in reverse. This person is feeling inadequate. They're having doubts. They don't have the energy to pull this off or take this away from you. The Moon in reverse. Everything is going to be revealed here. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Somebody might get locked up. Yeah, I'm not even going to no cap, but this person could be concerned about getting locked up. They're having negative thoughts of doom and gloom. They're being a drama queen. What else is new? Okay, we have a community. This could also be that family energy we picked up on. They're in their thoughts here about some abundance. that was rightfully left to you by your ancestors. They're trying to get this abundance here that was left to you by your ancestors. This Jezebel energy, so it's definitely a feminine energy, and your family is going to be surprised to find out that all their hard efforts are going to be viewed as false. This person could have filed false documents on you. They could have filed false statements, signed your name on some paperwork here. Okay, this person is going to have a very painful ending to this. All right. And if this person is married, they will most definitely be getting divorced. All right. This was a missed opportunity, because if these people would have just gave you what was yours, they could have had a piece of the pie, but now they get nothing, right? They're dissatisfied. They're depressed because they wasn't able to pull this off, and they're not never going to be able to pull it off. All right, toil and labor is what's going to happen to them. Now these people are going to have to really work hard for every penny that they get, because they wanted you to work hard for every penny that they get. This karmic feminine here in your family who plotted and planned this against you this whole time is not protected. So any and all magic that they have done against you is being thrown back at them, and they're not being protected in any which way, shape, or form. And the only way they're going to is towards a whole bunch of endings. Roads are going to be closed. Doors are going to be closed. Windows are going to be closed. Everything. Okay, this person is an ace of cups. Okay, holding back. They need to tune in into their intuition, if they have any at this point. The Two of Wands in reverse, they have a lack of strategy. They don't know how to move in the future. They don't have no plans for the future, and they won't have any plans for the future. They're not being guided by their spirit guides. Their ancestors don't want to have nothing to do with them. You know, storms are brewing. They're getting ready to sail into troubled waters. Okay, Page of Coins. They didn't learn from the past. They wanted to overachieve and have you. They wanted you to be in bad news. They wanted you to have no common sense and lack of goals. Well, now that's what's happening to them, and so shall it be. Because of what they dedicated their time to. They dedicated their time. It was like a job sending all this negative energy to you, divine guided, with them sitting up there messing with your chakras, trying to get you all balanced, unbalanced and everything. This person wanted to do nothing but cause confusion and illusions in your life so you wouldn't know which way to go. Now they're in that energy. Yeah, see, because nothing good comes from doing this. Nothing good comes from doing this. A true earth angel doesn't need to stoop to these levels in order to get what they need. They get on their hands and knees and do it the right way, right? This person has animosity because they're not able to put you in this bondage. They're not able to take this money away from you. They're not able to see what you're doing. They're not able to do anything. They're stuck, okay? King of Swords in reverse. This person lied throughout the side of their damn neck. This person is cold, controlling, unbending, lacks integrity. This feminine energy right here. The Ace of Coins in reverse is unable to understand the situation that's at hand. They're unable to understand what's getting ready to come. With the Knight of Wands in reverse, this person is reckless. This person likes to be a daredevil. They like to be arrogant. They want people to think that they're the head honcho of everything. You're not. Ten of Cups in reverse. This person is definitely your family. Disconnected family, imbalanced, broken. This person is a broken person. Y'all need to go and heal. The Devil. Physical and emotional abuse is what they wanted you to go through. They wanted you to go through a bunch of karmic negative connections, toxic energy, codependency. This is what they got to look forward to now. Two of Swords. They was warned to stop. They didn't. They was warned to not cross. They crossed anyway. Now they're going to have to go through every single drip, drop thing that they put you through. And most of them will not be able to make it. Because, see, they don't know how to alchemize energy the way that you do. They don't know how to alchemize this energy. They don't know how to activate their energy serpent, to activate their Merkaba and their DNA, to transmute this energy right here. They don't know how to do that. Explore feelings. Delve into insecurities and unresolved emotions. Authentic closure, peace. You gave your own self closure and peace. You went on the inside and you asked the divine to show you, and that's what the divine did. So if these people think they could come in with an apology and all that stuff, that's wrong. You don't want to hear a damn thing they got to say. Mental contest. Strength isn't from winning. Struggles define strength. Control, power, repress. You went on the inside and you dug all that repressed energy out to understand why you had the need to control and have power over things. And you've released that type of energy. Now you have power and complete sovereignty over yourself. Authentic self. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Uniqueness, individuality. You stepped into your unique self, your individual self. You are aware of yourself. And can't nobody tell you anything other than. The pine cone is a symbol for the pineal gland, which is your third eye here. So your third eye is completely open to what these energies here are. And you have decided, hey, look, I want to be my own self. I'm going to open up my heart chakra, heal it and balance it, and step into me. While all y'all other people on some effery type shit, y'all could go on ahead and be on that. But I'm not going to be on that. I know who I am. And you're not going to sit up there and take what's mine any longer. So that was your reading, collective. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you on the next one.